You're listening to Members of the Jury, the show that takes you straight into the trenches of justice, where the passion, players, and consequences are real. Each episode, we examine current events happening in the system. From the battles in courtrooms to the streets demanding reform, we bring those stories here to you, the members of the jury, because we aren't afraid to take it to the box.
What's up, members of the jury, and happy Freedom Friday. Now, unfortunately, this is going to be a bittersweet Friday because it's going to be the last episode of the season. However, for the remainder of the year, we will be replaying some of the most listened to episodes, so be sure to check them out if you haven't already given them a listen. Now, today, I do want to take a few minutes and highlight how amazing this year has turned out to be, despite what the world has had to deal with. The COVID-19 pandemic is something that we will all remember for the rest of our lives, and it will soon be taught in history classes for decades to come. Personally, when the courthouse shut down and there was an inability to litigate and go to trial, there became a very big frustration, and this show became to be an amazing outlet. It also allowed me to highlight more aspects about the forgotten community and those that society wants to so quickly forget about. It's allowed me to showcase some of the most challenging parts of navigating through the criminal justice system. And from my guests, I've been able to gain so much knowledge, insight, and experience. I hope you, as the members of the jury, feel the same way. Moving forward, I have some very big plans in my future. I'm currently working my way through a felony transition academy. At the end of it will result with me being a full-time felony attorney, where the crimes become much more gnarly and complex, and the consequences much more intense and severe. Also, the courthouses are currently opening up more and more towards full capacity. We're continuously hearing that out-of-custody cases are being able to exercise the right to go to trial, which means my calendar is filling up, and quickly. Lastly, the holidays, before you know it, will be right here and around the corner. And I want to encourage everybody to make sure to take the time to unwind and reflect. Also, be sure to go travel and see the loved ones that COVID has probably prevented you from seeing in the past. At the start of the new year, I will be launching Season 2 of Members of the Jury, and I hope you'll continue to answer the summons and listen in. The goal will be to upgrade the show to a video-style podcast that will allow the listeners to finally put some faces to the name. So be on the lookout for episodes dropping on YouTube. I suggest that you go and subscribe to the page and sign up for notifications so you don't miss the Season 2 premiere. You can also still find us on all of the podcast platforms and on social media at Members of the Jury. Again, I just want to thank all of the listeners who have tuned in throughout the season. We wouldn't be able to continue to do this if it wasn't for you and your support. And I hope you all continue to go out there and get not guilties.